All right. This was a client session that I had a few months ago. It is an Indian guy based in Dubai, UAE, who booked my session because he was a little confused. He didn't know what to do. And what I'm going to share with you is the advice that I gave him. So feel free to, give your thoughts, your comments down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. So the summary of the whole thing is this guy came to UAE around, say, 15 years ago or so. And when he came to UAE, obviously, first the confusion. They don't know what company to join. So he joined one company, he was not too happy. He joined another company while being on his visit visa. The other company cheated him of the money. Third company, freelancer. Fourth company, so he was working one month here and there. Finally, he managed to get this company through a reference. He found out accidentally. And what worked well for him here was the owner was from his village, from where he originated. And the owner kind of took a liking for him. He joined, and it seemed that he worked so hard that, people noticed him. By the way, it was a small to medium sized company. So the owner, obviously can see how each one is doing. So he took a lot of interest in the company, in the products, services. He not only worked on the manufacturing side, he also took interest in taking care of the customers. Very soon, because he was ambitious, he wanted to grow. He decided to take on more responsibilities, got into a little bit of sales, even though sales was not his primary thing. He was good at talking. But the owner saw potential in him. He actually paid for his training and all that, and helped him improve. And he kept growing. His position grew, and then his salary. The biggest thing was salary, and the owner wanted to make sure that he would stay with him. So he paid for all his other expenses, miscellaneous petrol, car, housing, stay allowance, and all that. And then as his success grew, well, he got married, because that's what Indian families normally focus on. Got married, and then he had, I think, two children or something. Okay, but now along with the marriage comes expenses. So because his expenses increased, and the owner was aware of that, he increased his salary after marriage, then increased his salary, with one kid and two kids. However, there's a limit. You can't keep increasing the salary every time. You also have to deliver. So he was working hard. He was delivering. He was working literally 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days. He was happy. Owner was happy. But this went on until it seems that his expenses started to grow. When your children go to school and all that, expenses grow even more. And obviously, his lifestyle, he had a sharing accommodation, then he took a room, then he took a apartment, small, tiny little place. And then with his children, he expanded. So now he obviously wanted to earn more. But, if you're talking of a CEO, below that GM, and below that, managers and whatever, there's only so much you can go. Now, unless he were to replace the GM, which would never take place, because the GM it seems, was the first employee that the owner employed. So he would never replace him. And for him to retire, resign, or, maybe die off, that would be another 20, 30 years. So 20 years or whatever. Some people work until they literally can't work anymore. So he knew that there's not going to be any more vacancies. So finally he decided he would start, applying for jobs. He did inform, he was very transparent with the owner. He did inform the owner that he was going to start searching for other jobs. And the owner wasn't too happy, but he kept quiet. Finally, he started to get offers because he was good at his job. And lo and behold, one fine day, he got the job that he was looking for, position and the salary. Okay. And he informed the owner. The owner, it seems, tried to match the salary, although he couldn't match the whole thing. He didn't want him to go. But, once you've made up your mind, you want to leave. and yes, your wife keeps chirping in your ears. So he decided it's best for him to leave because different company, different environment, better chances to grow. So he resigned very unwillingly. The owner was very upset. Um, like how he said the owner took it kind of personally. He felt betrayed because he invested so much in him. There was that kind of emotional bonding, I guess. Um, but he let him go. He didn't put a ban. He didn't put any problems, and he resigned. He resigned. He left, handed over, joined this new company. Okay, and after he joined the new company, well, initially things were going good, but something happened. Um, he claims that projects were not going very well, or this company expanded too fast. He also mentioned that he was not getting along well with the new boss. Okay, they were sometimes disrespectful. So a lot of these other factors, and he was not too happy. And he was still searching for another job. It seems looking for another job while working with this one. And once again, he applied. He got another job, and this is where the problem took place because this company they were not too happy with the fact that this guy was looking for a job while working for them. And so, unlike the previous employer, they made some problems for him because he got another job. They told him until he does the handover properly, they would not let him go. So he kept quiet. He was patient. He worked for the handover period, 2-3 months, and then finally he moved on. But these guys, they didn't pay him the salary full. He didn't make a big ruckus about it. He didn't get his salary for 2-3 months, and then he joined this new company. Resigned, went over once again to another company, and here because of the visa issues of canceling a visa too fast, it seems he was undergoing a little problem with this company. And then to his utter bad luck, this new company that promised him a job where he started to work, they finally told him that things are not working out for whatever reason. Maybe they had a project or something got cancelled, or maybe they didn't work well with him. And now he's in no man's land. First employer, good employer, secure job, got a new opportunity, resigned, were not too perfect, but stable company. And then because he couldn't get along, he wanted the same old benefits of the same old company. Impulsively went, got another job, maybe bigger salary. Sometimes agreed, no? Oh, I got salary. Oh, I got a better salary. Oh, I got an even better salary. He jumped the third time, and this time it proved to backfire. And now he didn't have a job. And plus, you remember I told you the handover, the salary they didn't pay him, so he was down by 2-3 months uh, of non-payment. So now he's without a job. He is slightly down in terms of income. He has 2 children. He has a wife. Um, his wife was not getting a very big salary. She was just working part time. And so, he was still confident that yes, he could get another job. But, the market conditions keep changing. Things don't remain as they are. You can only get lucky until a period of time, until your luck runs out. Now, what happened was this whole time period, it seems, was a year. 1 year it took. In 1 year, a lot of things can change, lots. And he found himself now getting job offers, but not as high as the salary he was getting. It was more or less the same, but then more headache, more responsibilities, far off. Sometimes he had to travel long distances. He didn't like all this. And this is where he came to a part where literally now he was eating into his savings and he was not in a happy place. If you're without a job for a couple of months, it can really get to you, and especially if you keep getting rejected. And this was the first time he was unemployed in a very long time while having a wife, while having 2 kids. And I'll tell you this, the payment of the school fees, the payment of rent, water, electricity, groceries in UAE is not small. it really eats up into your savings. And he had a car, petrol, all that. So now, this is where finally he decided he wanted advice. He wanted a different point of view. So he approached me. And his question, obviously, he wanted to check his resume, wanted to um, just have me take his interview, evaluated all this, gave him the corrections. Uh, Unfortunately, even after that, he was not able to get the job position that he wanted and the salary. Jobs he was getting offered, but not the salary, not the level that he wanted. Remember, unless there is a vacancy, you'll not get a job. So he asked me this question: should I go back to my old owner? Should I, once I resign from this company, should I go back? And this is where he was in two minds. Because one, he was close to the owner. The owner kind of liked him, and he also considered the owner like, like a father figure or mentor. Uh, but now he is not sure whether he would take him back. And also because he found out that his position was given to somebody else now. He was replaced. That is one. The second thing is, if you would go back, should he go back for the same salary? Should he go back for lesser? Number three is, should he just give up that thought and search for another job? So what I told him, this is what I told him, and I don't know, this is the part that might, leave you thinking or give you some guidance. See, it's, once you break up a relationship now, this is my theory. Okay, maybe I can be wrong. Once you break up the relationship, it's very hard to repair it because you've broken it. Now, if the owner couldn't get anyone like him, let's say you are so talented, so gifted, you have such unique experience, and you are asking for a salary which is totally affordable, the owner may most probably take you because he'll see benefit. I've trained so much, I've invested so much in him. He's like a prodigal son. He comes back to me, he will work with me for life. Okay, that's one way of thinking. But in today's day and age, I doubt talent is very rare unless you are someone who is exceptional. In his case, the owner invested a lot in him, and he was maybe kind of offended or maybe felt upset, he left. But the very fact that he has employed someone new means he has moved on. Now, if this guy were to come back to the company, does he get the same position? If he gets the same position, where does this other guy go? Okay, unless he has multiple projects. So I told him, one is, it's okay to ask him if he's still interested, but now you'll appear less in a negotiation stance, and it's you can lose your respect. People will laugh at you. It's like, oh, he left and now he's come back like a shameless dog. The second one is, it'll show that you are an incompetent loser because you could not get anywhere. You cannot survive anywhere other than that place. Number three is, obviously people will not respect you. Number four is, I mean, yes, you are in your comfort zone. The fact of the matter is that was your comfort zone. Okay. Now you've moved on. Now you need to push yourself to get out of the tough phase. The tough phase can last 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, maybe more, but it'll make you tough. Now, the easy way out is to go back, yes, but then you're not going to grow. You're going to be in the same environment. And the biggest question that I asked him is, remind yourself, what were the reasons you left? You left because you wanted to earn more. You left because you believed you could do better. You left because you felt you could add more value. You go back to the same old job position, it'll still bug you. And once that fear goes down, again, you'll start applying. And then it would really ruin the relationship. So, my honest advice, first preference was, don't go back. Keep looking for a new job. It's not going to be easy. Okay. It'll take time, but struggle, and eventually you will get something and you'll move to the next level of growth, because you can't have life where, have the cake and eat it. The second thing is, if he were to go back, I told him this, that you're not going to grow anymore. Then that is going to be the maximum limit of your career, of your potential. And he's not a very old guy. He still didn't enter like his 50s and 60s. I said, you still have a dog in you that can fight. And last, if not the least, I told him this. There's something that you need to keep in mind is you got overconfident. You felt because there were so many job offers, your success got to your head. You didn't think you would ever fail. You never thought you had limitations. You never thought of the opportunity cost. Because when you got an owner who knew you, you had security, you had uh, a person who trusted you, you had a relationship and an environment which was like, more like home. So this is what I told him. He said yes. Finally, I guess he decided to do what he wanted to do. Um, here's the thing, because I did follow up with him after some. I was just curious. He applied. He went and informed the owner that if he was interested, he could take him back. But unfortunately, as I predicted, the owner said no, because glass once broken, you cannot fix it back. Because if the owner would take him back, then where does he place the new guy? And second one is, the people in the company, they'll be like, oh, okay, so I can also resign, I can also come back. It'll create that environment. But if they come to know once you leave, you don't get second chances, people will really be afraid. And people did find out that he was trying to come back to the company. And so uh, the guy did feel very upset. He deeply regrets that he left the owner. But all I told him is, see, life is all about making choices and moving forward. Don't look back, because now you're getting older, so you must earn more. Remember the reasons why you resigned in the first place, because those reasons were valid. You're just going back because you want the easy way out. Because always keep in mind, if a relationship you break up once, now it's because you are not happy. So don't get back to being in a compromising stance, because if you have compromised, never going to grow. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree with what I have to say? Because I've always told people, you want to move to the next level. It's not going to be easy. It will take time, and time is sometimes very painful. People can't stand the pain. So that's what I recommend and suggested to him. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you agree, disagree, love to hear your point of view. You guys take care. Ciao.